Send it on head, possibly something there. First goal scored. Dribble it away. This can be dangerous. You just died. Go there. Get the goal and the sweep. Just gets by in final 5 seconds. Passing it for the goal shot. Final 2 seconds left. Sweep. Max will go down. Breakdown just trying to stay in it. Nice patience from Millia. However, Turtle's able to get there in time. Looking for 3, but not gonna go. Again with the corner shot. Looking for one more. Goes off the post and cleared out. These teams right now are just going at suffocation station. But he's still got one more. Looking for that back post. Kabuki with a shot. A beautiful play to tie it up.
I fucking took a screenshot of that.
Oh, we're up?
Is it now?
All right, cool. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural Slips pre-show of the season. I am Tenrek. Alongside me is Miss Dirty Bird, and both of us are beyond excited to be hosting our first ever piece of Slips media, which I guarantee will be very valuable in the future. Personally, for me, this is my first ever experience with Rocket League broadcasting. So, well, I probably shouldn't say that. I'm gonna watch the broadcast. But I'm super excited to be able to work with Slips, as I am sure Miss Dirty Bird is as well.
Oh, incredibly excited. I'm really excited to be working with you too, though.
Aw, thank you so much. Do you want to tell the class about yourself a little bit? I stole the mic there
class?
for a second.
Yeah, I guess. Hi, I'm Miss Dirty Bird. Everybody knows me, I guess, now. But anyways, I'm a content creator. I am really excited that I got this opportunity to be hosting this with Tenerique and also just be working with Slips.
Yeah, it's really exciting that we have this opportunity to work with Slips just because they have so much going on, and a lot of it we get to talk about today, actually. This is going to be a weekly show that we're super excited to release to you. I believe the slated time is going to be Wednesdays at 6 p.m., so be aware of when those come out. We get to talk about all the matchups that are coming up. We'll have a couple fun challenges and events that we'll get to do in front of you. A lot of it will probably be embarrassing, so I hope that we get to do some fun stuff.
How much are you willing to embarrass yourself on these pre-shows?
I'm willing to strip naked on. Look, if it's for content, if it's for Rocket League content,
always for the content.
Look, if we get, honestly, I was considering this. If we get to a specific milestone, I will cosplay as a ball. I will cosplay as the ball from Rocket.
And I will cosplay as an Octane.
Yes. And then you have to come over to my house and just kick me.
Deal. What teams are we playing? Are we looking at this week?
Yeah. So we were just. So glad you asked. Our very first matchup is going to be our Division C matchup, or Division 3 matchup. Their numbers are cool. Heatwave versus Team B Flare. One of the teams I think has been here for a while, and then Heatwave, I believe, is a new team being introduced to Division 3, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, in fact, a new team. So they actually had a devastating and disappointing finish in Season 1. Heatwave is determined to not repeat the Season 1 results, with their owner, Chris, deciding to bring in a new roster for this season in Season 2. This is a high-flying roster, and it is a combination of calculated team plays and fiery aggression, and that will shock the Rocket League community.
Ooh, very exciting. So, and meanwhile, Team Flare B, as well, their upcoming opponents that they're going to have to deal with. Oh my god.
So the Team Flare B, they're just kind of like a placeholder team.
Are they not the B squad to Team Flare A? And Team Flare A is a team that's done pretty well throughout the seasons for Slips thus far, no?
Yes, definitely. They have they're incredible players, I gotta tell you. They are... I've seen one game, and I was blown away.
Yeah, Team Flare A has definitely done a lot for Slips thus far, and so I think whenever you're part of any sort of B squad, especially compared to this A-list team, it definitely puts a lot of pressure on you. there's always this sort of this image that you have to uphold when you're a B squad. And so I think that Team Player B is going to take that in stride and really bring a lot of confidence and action to the game. I'd love to see some really like risky plays being taken. I'd love to see some huge ideas being shown off as this sort of branched out little baby sister of this really high ranked team in Slips. I'd love to see some really cool ideas come out of them. But that being said, I'd love to see, some new ideas and new chemistry come from this new squad coming from Heatwave as well. Both really fresh teams that we expect a lot from. Although we have little to no information about them, which is definitely interesting and I believe pressurized situation to put them in. But regardless, I think they'll carry it.
One of the players for Heatwave, and I'm not going to say a name because I'm going to hope that everybody else knows who it is, but apparently they are known for hipping. They're known for hitting clips and only clips.
Only clips?
They only hit clips. They don't go for normal shots. They don't go to win the game. They only hit clips. So I'm really excited to see these clips that they want to hit in these matches.
Well, I think for that, it's all about the setup. And so for that, I think throughout the game, we'll see a lot of intricate plays to get Heatwave into a situation that they want to be in. And in a game like Rocket League, I'm not sure if that's optimal because the game is always shifting. The attitude and the what's the word? The perspective is always shifting when it comes to a team, especially like the B squad for Team Player. And so I think going in with an attitude like we need to get ourselves to the point where we are in these places and the ball is in this place, and now we can enact all the plans that we have. I don't think that's the best. I don't think that's the best attitude going in. But I mean, if they can pull that off, then they can make it super consistent.
I am super excited because it all honestly depends on the positioning of each team and the rotation of each team as well. So if you're going to be sitting back in the net, get all three of you guys back in the net, it's super easy to give that control to the other team and they can set up a shot to hit a clip.
What I'm wondering is, with all of these setups to be able to clip in, as someone who's still very new to Rocket League, are you able to be aggressive to set up those plays, or do you still have to play sort of reserve in order to be able to set that stuff up?
If you play, the more aggressive that you play, it is super easy to set up for those clips because you will have ball control. You will have the control of the entire game, so your team can set up those clips for you, and then you just hit those clips.
It definitely is all about ball control, especially with that sort of aggressive play. I believe we have an interview with the heads of the teams set up. These teams are pretty close in ratings in general. I believe that Heatwave has a bit of an edge on them though. I believe that, Heatwave's team rating average is a little over 1,000. Meanwhile, Team Player B's average rating is around 900. So still, very, very close. But regardless, Heatwave are probably a bit more of the favorites going in. They have a lot more of an idea that we've heard about. They have a bigger pool that they can dip into for players, and they have the bigger number, bigger wins.
Definitely, and I completely agree. I'm really excited to see what these teams think of each other, and Shay and I did an interview with them, so let's go to the interview. So I'm here with the owner of Heatwave. We're going to be asking you some really fun questions and put your knowledge of your team to the test. So the first question we have for you is, what is the team's favorite ice cream flavor?
No, I don't actually honestly have a clue, but if I had to take a guess, we're kind of like a vanilla team. Very mutual and bland.
Is that the Rocket League style too?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Is this like in a good way, kind of like classic vanilla, or would you say it's more like boring? Yeah?
I'd say it's a classic vanilla.
Okay. I see it. So when it gets like more to your team, how do you meet all of them?
So Grunt, the original owner of Heatwave, recruited me from the Deadshot server, and I talked to him, and me and him ended up getting along very well. And then I met David, and me and David ended up getting along pretty well. So we decided to play together, and then I asked one of my friends named Joe. His name's Burberry on the team, but we ended up playing for about a year, and from there I asked him to join, and we've been a pretty good team ever since.
That is awesome. And how often do you guys play together?
Probably
Outside of like practice and stuff like that.
like 3-4 times a week. I'll play with some twos with David, and then the other kid's name is Jiggles. He's new and up and coming in our team. He was Diamond 2 starting out, but he's working his way up the ranks for sure.
What inspires you to get better at Rocket League?
Being able to hit nasty shots, good passing plays.
Here's a fun one for you. What is the most common car used on your team?
Honestly, that's a tough question. um, so I know I drive a truck. and
Oh no, I
can-
mean in game. In game.
Oh, in game? Oh,
Yes.
I'd say the Fennec.
You guys are all
Do
Fennec.
you guys have a certain technique that plays behind that in your playing style as a team?
Not really. I mean, I just know that when David brings out the Skyline, he's going to be hitting some nutty shots.
As
He can
a
do some amazing
Skyline
things.
main, I feel that.
Yeah, Skyline can definitely give you some great touches that the Fennec cannot.
Definitely. What is your goal as a team for your esports career?
Well, honestly, at this point, I have no clue. What I want is I want to be able to get up on the ranks and actually go to Div 1. Because right now we're in Division 3, but we're the #1 ranked team. So right now, my goal personally is to beat Flare B.
Do you guys think you guys do you think you guys could beat Flare B?
Oh, 100%. Whether or
What makes you
not-
so confident?
Because me, David, and Joe, or I think the starting lineup this week is going to be me, Jiggles, and Joe. Me and Jiggles have been playing quite a bit for the past like 2-3 months, and then me and Joe obviously have been playing for a little bit over a year, and the chemistry is just there. And it doesn't matter if Lowe's decides to join the team coming from Flare A to Flare B. It doesn't matter because I know I'm able to put him in his place.
So are you really familiar with like the other teams playing in the league right now and your competition?
Sort of, kinda. I mean, we've scrimmed against a few of them, but I mean, honestly, I'm just confident enough that we're gonna take first place this season and move up in division to Division 2.
So who do you think is like going to be your toughest competition, Flare B, or is that just your team to beat in general?
Honestly, I would say Flare B for sure. Flare
Yeah.
B definitely has some tough players, and especially if Lowe's decides to go back down. I mean, he's champ 3, so that's the only person that I'd be really too worried about on that team.
Who do you think is going to be your easiest matchup?
We already played them. I don't remember the first team that we played. I could actually look this up real quick. B Squad. B Squad
So
was
we're-
definitely the easiest game.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us today.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
We are super excited to watch the game. We're going to
Okay.
head back in with Henry right now, and we will talk to you guys later. Wait, you're with Team Flare B, right?
Oh, I'm the owner of it. Yeah.
Sweet. We got this. Okay. Awesome. I'm here with Luis from Team Flare B, where we'll be asking you questions on how well you know your team and your team in general. To start off our questions, what is the team's favorite ice cream?
Well, If I had to guess, I know my players are a little bit wild, so they like to get. I would assume they get a little wacky and wild with their ice cream flavors. So I'd have to guess like mint chocolate chip. You know, they're a little crazy out there. You know, so
There, that's a little too crazy.
yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
And is
This
that
might
how
be
you
a
guys
little.
play on the field, though? Do you guys go crazy?
Oh yes, sometimes I'm confused about what they're doing, but you know they know what they're doing. They go all out on the field. It's really great to see.
Go ahead, Shay.
So, how did you meet your teammates?
What?
How did you meet your teammates?
Okay, this is a really weird story. Okay, so I was watching a pulse montage, and then I looked at one of the comments, and then they were talking about their own montage. I click on the montage. I join his Discord server. And then there I meet E1 up in Seoul. And then I invite them to my league. And then that's where we became friends. Credit. I met him in Glitchless's league. Cripple was on Clarity, but then he decided to join Flare B because we're better. No hate to Clarity. And K Galicia 23 is my cousin. And Mingus is my friend's little brother.
That's an insane way of
Interesting
meeting
story.
everybody.
Love it.
How often do you guys play together outside of scrims and practices and
Oh, yeah, we play a lot. Like I'm in the Discord server, and then they're always like trash talking each other in private matches and stuff, and we always try to have fun together, and yeah, you know, you know, we like to joke around a little bit, and you know that's always what you need. You know, if you're friends, you can work well together, and that kind of translates onto the Rocket League field.
that is crazy? Everybody has been talking about how you know, our last interview with the other team that you'll be against, Heatwave, was talking that they always are playing together as well. What would you say is the most commonly used car on your guys' team?
Probably what other people said is probably Octane, and I'd have to agree with that. I feel like some players, I feel like Soul sometimes uses the Dominus just to annoy E1 Up because E1 Up hates the Dominus, but most of the time they use Octane, except for my cousin K Galicia, bro. He uses some wacky stuff. He he like comes out with the Scarab sometimes, and he's like, "Wow, it's a really cool car," and I was like, "Okay, cool."
Go on, Shay.
So you guys seem kind of like one of the teams to beat. So like what like inspires you guys to get better at Rocket League and keep working at it?
Honestly, Slips helps with that. You know, they're competing for a prize, and you know they always want to try to work harder and try to get better at the game. But you know, just to have fun. They have a lot of fun on the game. They always want to play better. Like I said, we're always playing against each other in private matches and other stuff. So you know, it's constant competition to try to be the best, and you know that really helps like the competitive spirit, which is a really good trait to have here in Slips.
Oh,
sure.
awesome. Thank you so much for coming on today and talking with us. We really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you guys out on the field.
Thank you.
And we are back. That was such an incredible interview. Getting to know the team was so much freaking fun and just overwhelmingly. I know they did not know their players enough, though.
Well, we're heading into the D2 match, which we get to talk about right now. It is Power Gaming Lime versus Nowhere in America. This is the first match that we get to see for D2 this season from them. Can we talk about those teams a little bit? What do we have on them?
Yes. So, again, Team Power Gaming Lime is a B team. They are a placeholder team as well, but they have such an incredible players. Like, I'm looking at the roster right now over here, and I gotta say, having a diamond 3, 2 diamond 3s, and 1 champ on the team, that champ player has to be carrying hard. They're incredible though. I haven't seen any matches on them yet, but I'm super excited too.
Definitely. Again, with all these B squads that we get to see with these placeholder teams, you never know what to really expect because, you know, bench warmers play an incredible role in any sort of team. And when you see them fall down and get to trickle into their own squad, especially in a lower division, you never know what kind of antics they could pull because they get to pull all of this knowledge, all of these great resources from a team that displays so much more power than they do. So I'm excited to see what they can bring to the table for sure. Nowhere in America, meanwhile, is a brand new team, actually. Oh yeah, go ahead. Please.
So Nowhere in America has been like my heart since I heard about them. Team Nowhere in America is a brand new team with all starting players entering their first ever season to play for Slips. While hoping to impress, their true desire is to aim to beat the other Connecticut-based team in the league, known as Carsenal. Having a solid lineup consisting of a Champ 3 line along with two Champ 2s. They are looking into making a grab for the playoffs.
Wow. Yeah, and you can see that in their ratings for sure. They have a leg up of about 100 points worth on Power Gaming Lime right now, and a much bigger roster for sure. They don't have actually a current team setup, and honestly, if I'm Power Gaming Lime, that scares me a bit more to know that there's not this roster set in stone.
You don't know if it's going to be Joe or either of the Mats because they have two Mats in there. You don't know if it's going to be Sal or Y or Nathan.
That's crazy that they just have so many, and 3 of them are champs. 3 of them are champs, which is wild.
If I was Team Lime right now, I would be shaking in my boots.
I would be quivering. I mean, obviously, from what we're talking about here, and you know the things that we've gotten to talk about, I definitely think Nowhere in America has a bit of an edge over Power Gaming Lime. But that's not to say that we want to count out any of these teams, because for most of them, especially for us, we haven't really seen anything from them. I mean, these are the first impressions that we get from this team, and first impressions, especially in a game like Rocket League, are never everything.
You know, I think right now would be a great time to go ask Team Power Gaming Live what they think of Nowhere in America.
Absolutely. Let's do that now.
Hey guys, we are here with Rajim from Power Gaming Lime. We're going to be asking him a couple of questions and see how much he knows about his team. Let's see. So the first one is, does your team read, and what is their favorite books?
I don't know much about my team. I barely got promoted to captain, but I can say that I read, and my favorite book is the Harry Potter series.
A man after my own heart.
But that and Spirit Animals, I read that when I was like 8 with my dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a great series. Love it.
But I don't know about my other teams.
Your teammates probably don't know.
No, I don't.
Okay. If you had to guess, what type of book series do you think they would read?
For Jaiki, I feel like he'd be like into horror stuff because he plays a lot of Dead by Daylight.
That's awesome. How did you meet your team?
There is someone in a Division 3 team. I ended up in a match with them on an online game, and we partied. And then he said that I was good and I should look into Slips. So then I went into Slips, and then I was looking for a team that was open, and the only team I could find was in the Division 2 league. So then I asked them if I could join, and then I did like a little tryout thing, and they let me in.
It worked out, I guess.
Yeah.
What's your team's favorite car to use overall?
Octane, I would say. Yeah, we all use Octane.
That's awesome. And what is your goal as a team in your esports career?
I just want to get better. but I want our team to do good in this in the league. First or second place would be the aim for it.
Are you guys looking
Um,
to like go up into RLCS at all?
I don't think so. I would like to get higher up, but I don't know if I'd be able to do that because I would be 16 in like another year. My birthday is in 8 days.
Happy early
Happy
birthday.
early birthday.
Thank you.
Who do you think is going to be your toughest matchup in this league?
I used to have a list of the top 3 to watch out for. One of them that comes off my head is N7 Phantoms.
I used to manage the Phantoms, and they're a good team.
Yeah, I saw Venom play with them. So on the first day, the first match that I watched on Slips was N7 versus Botafogo or something like that, and they won, and that was a clean match.
It was a cool match. It was.
So, are you familiar with the competition that you're going to be going into the season with?
Wait, can you say that again?
Are you familiar with like your competition for
No,
the upcoming season?
I'm not familiar with the competition, but I think one of my teammates is. They were here last year.
So you are confident that you can like make it out on top?
I'm confident we can make it top 3.
Top
Okay.
3. Okay.
Okay.
What makes you so
We'll keep an eye
confident?
out for that.
Jackie's fast. I believe in my own ability, and our other teammate is a good support.
What position do you play?
The first or second man. I don't like being last.
And is your last man always good? Does he like to save all the shots?
Yeah, you can get up fast.
That's awesome. And thank you so much for coming on and talking with us today.
Thank you too.
Welcome back, guys. Tenerique, that was such an amazing interview. I am super excited to see them out on the field coming up here soon.
Absolutely. I am now so much more educated on both of these teams right now at this point. My IQ feels so bloated, actually, that I need to release it all on a new match, which we have one more to talk about, the D1 match, Locusts versus Inferno. This one, I think, is the one that everyone's been really excited about. So, yeah, we'll finally talk about it, guys.
This one here, I'm super excited, and we are all super lucky to have this matchup today because they are the new SAM team coming to us, and they are the best players in the league to have against our multiple time tournament winners.
Yeah, some new top dogs to face the old top dogs. And it's so impossible to know who's going to take this crown because both of these teams are packed to the brim with talent. Grand champions all the way through, save for maybe 1 or 2 champions. Super high team ratings, 1,700 on one, 1,600 on the other. I'm not going to spoil who, though. You can figure that out for yourself or wait to watch the match to see who wins it. And just so much history for both of these teams, particularly our previous champions.
I personally am super excited to see these two. I want to see these two go head to head. And I don't know who's going to come out on top. I've seen both of them play. But this team to me is the most exciting. There's going to be so much conflict between the chat and everybody on who's going to win this one. And I can't wait to see what everybody has to think about it.
As someone who is super new to Rocket League, super new to being able to watch it play, I think watching the previous champions Inferno being able to play against this new, really powerful team, I think this is going to be the optimal match for me to hop in and say to myself, okay, so this is how you play Rocket League. And I'm very, very excited to be able to watch that.
Do you think that Inferno will blow our minds again in beating the top caliber teams?
Look, it's really tough to say. Just because Locusts is such a wild card, because although we speak so highly of them, we know little to nothing about them. And they're also from a new region that we haven't gotten to see play in Slips, which is also incredibly exciting. That being said, I think that Inferno's still gonna take it, just because I think their roster is a tiny bit bigger. I think they have a couple more options to choose from, and also I think they'll probably have a bit more morale considering they're gonna have that recognition. They're gonna have a lot of the Slips crowd on their back. I think a little more, so they'll be able to look at the Twitch chat, no doubt 5 minutes on a delay, but even still, they'll be able to look at it and say to themselves, we got everybody on our side. Let's pull this through for Slips. Let's defend the title in the inaugural match of the season.
Definitely. If we can take a look here at this clip from one of Inferno's previous games, one of their wins, and we can see how great this one goal was to win that game for them.
Clip.
And with that, I would love to go and talk to the owners and the team. We are here with Laser from Inferno. We'll be asking you questions on your upcoming game and how well you really know your team. To start off, what is the flavor that your team likes of ice cream?
Oh. Are you talking about each specific member or just in general?
In general.
Overall,
Overall, I would have to guess probably mint chocolate chip.
And is that like
Okay,
your play style as well?
Crazy here.
A little bit of a minty play style?
Yeah, a little bit. It's yeah, I think it's a mix of play styles from everyone, but also I don't know what their ice cream flavor is because they're all good friends, but I've only met a couple of them, so.
So we just had an interview with the team that you'll be going up against. And they say that they can take you guys down. You guys are no longer going to be a 7-time winning champion. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, I'm not really one for trash talk or, saying that we're gonna take people down in a sweep, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let that slide because I think that we're the better team in this matchup. I think I'm
they
predicting
haven't
probably.
released their roster though.
That's true, but I do have confidence because I believe with our starting roster, we probably could take down a lot of the teams in our division, and I don't think they're an exception.
Are you guys nervous at all because they haven't released their roster yet?
I don't think so. I think if anything, that kind of benefits us because if they haven't released their roster, it might mean that they haven't played together a lot, and our roster's been together for quite a long time, so we have the chemistry advantage.
That's crazy. And Shay, do you have a question you wanted to ask him?
How did you meet your teammates?
So I met Gator a long time ago when we were both like plat or diamond, and we played together on a 3v3 team, and we've been 2v2 partners for a long time. And I ended up going to RLCS 7 with him, and we stayed in the same hotel, went and played at the 2v2 LAN, and then I met Neb and Jordan through him.
That's crazy. And what is the car that your team uses the most?
Despite what is it? Gator is always pressured to use the Fennec. Jordan uses a lot of Octane, some Skyline usage from the team, but I would say just a mix of cars. I like to spice it up as well.
As a Skyline main, I gotta appreciate the Skyline use.
Yep.
How often do you guys play together outside of scrims and practices?
I don't really play with them a ton, but from what I see in the team voice, they're always playing together. They even if they're not playing together, they're in a voice and just hanging out. Outside of scrims, they play ranked a lot. In fact, we played ranked at like 3 a.m. last night.
And as our final question, because we don't have a lot of time left here in this interview, what is your goal as your esports career?
Ideally, I would like to at least make RLCS once. maybe land a contract somewhere. But also, as you can probably see from my jersey, I play for UCF, so I'd like to make CRL. And
That's
I think my teammates have similar goals.
That's awesome. And we're super excited for your matchup. I'm super excited to be able to cast for you guys. And thank you so much for being able to answer some questions for us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're here now with Stolen from Locust. And we're going to be asking him some questions, getting to know him, his team, and everything that we talked about over with Henry. So to start it off, we are lucky to have you guys on Slips, and we've made that very clear over with Henry earlier today. What do you have in mind going in against Inferno?
We are actually pretty confident, despite of all the disadvantages that could be, for example, the ping or those kind of things. We're pretty confident because we are like an RLCS team, and they are good. Those guys are good. I think that they are around rank X or something like that. But I still think that we can do good against them. I don't want to sound like okay, we are going to win, but I am pretty confident.
Are you guys going to be going for clips at all?
If we can, we will, but I'm not sure. Clipping with ping, it's a bit hard. Not gonna lie.
It is. So we're gonna jump right in. And how well do you really know your team? What is the favorite chip flavor amongst the team?
The favorite what? The favorite what?
Chips.
Oh, like you got me there because we have never been in a boot camp actually because of the pandemic and all that. But I guess I don't know. Like, do you mean chips like this?
Yeah,
Guess-
like I call them
Cookies,
crisps
or what?
from England here. So hang on. You know what? I have a bag right here. These things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Doritos could be one of the favorite flavors of the guys. Are pretty common, pretty popular among all the guys. These young guys. Nah, just kidding. I'm also young. But well, yeah, it could be those or also like French fries, but like from I don't know how
Yeah.
you call it there. I think it's something like that.
For me personally, I call them crisps. And then
Yeah, crisp. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a word I think.
So Doritos is the like
It's something. It should be something between there. We don't have that much variety here, so it's something. It has to be something between those two. But yeah.
Shay, go ahead.
Oh,
Shay, go ahead with the next one.
Oh, sorry. So how did you meet your teammates?
sorry. Can you repeat? I couldn't hear you.
How did you meet your teammates?
How did we met? Like the first one of my teammates was like I'm right now like the coach of the team because I am retired from the pro scene. But I've competed with one of the guys with Agus, and he's like the newest guy in the team, or he's the one that he doesn't have that much experience in competitive scene, but he's like a god. He's completely a god at the game. He's insane. And like we know each other because we are all from the same country, and here in South America the scene it's not that wide, so we we know because we play ranked against each other. And one day I just came up with the idea, okay, Agus, why we don't make a team? And we called the best two that could fit Agus playstyle. So that's how we met, and now we are like a small family.
And who would you think is your toughest matchup coming in today?
Well, I don't know because I am not sure, but I would say that in fairness, like the toughest one, I have been told that they are like the 7-time champs
Yep.
of Slips Cup, but that's going to change. So I am not that afraid. Nah, just kidding. Let's see. We will see.
So
But yeah, I guess Inferno.
Chad has put you against Inferno for a long time now. This has been a long time matchup. Everyone's super excited for it. And what is your play style going to be like?
That's the thing that I think that I shouldn't reveal, but we don't have like a playstyle to play against like North American teams because of the ping that we have. It's actually like really hard to try to do strats and things like that because everything can go wrong. So basically, it's going to like playing as we play ranked in NA because we usually play Q and NA. So and that's going to be it. That's how we beat DVS, Team DVS, and they are like a good team. So I think it's just to play. That's our plan.
What is your plan and your goal as your esports career?
Well, actually, it's making this like my whole career and my like when I retire of this, I will be like done. I won't work anymore. But also like right now at the moment I'm already like living on my own because of this. My main job is the coaching, so that is like the goal that I already achieved. But the next goal, like at least with this team, would be like being becoming the new regional champs. So that would be.
And finally, as our last question, what inspired you to get into Rocket League?
Actually, I have been like really competitive in every single esport that I played. I played Fortnite, Call of Duty, I don't know, CS, Valorant. So I've been like in multiple esports. Not a pro scene, but at least like at a competitive level. And I don't know why, but Rocket League just caught my eye. And I just fell in love with the game. Especially at first, I remember that I was grinding like back then in 2018, I think. It was like around September or October, and I started playing there. And when I reached January from the next year, I was already in GC. It was I spent like I don't know 1,000 hours in 6 months or less. So, that's
Awesome.
insane.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and answering all these questions for us. I'm super excited to cast your match. Good luck.
Thanks for the interview. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And cut.
And with that, we are back once again for the final time to make our final predictions and whatnot for the pre-show. Miss Dirty Bird, as the person who is by far way more experienced in the game, please do the honors of educating me. Talk about these teams just a little bit more. Talk about, the big surprises that we might get to watch tonight.
So we actually do have the Heatwave versus Team B Flare. And personally, I think Heatwave's going to take it.
All right.
Who do you think, though? Oh, you want me? Oh, I got you. So
you're the one educating me here.
I think Heatwave's going to take it only because I've seen them play. Their play style is incredible, and I think that their team is going to be able to just keep the ball away, have possession of the ball, and just keep it there.
Do you think it's going to be more about keeping the ball away from the other team or keeping the ball for yourself? Because those two are very different things.
I think that they are great with passing. They know what to do. They know where to put the ball and stuff like that. So I think maybe a little bit of both. Keeping the ball for yourself, but also passing it to the team at the right moment when you know that your back's up against that wall and the other team will take possession.
All right. Elaborate on that second match for me, the D2 on Power Gaming Live versus Nowhere in America.
Ooh, see, with Nowhere in America, it has my heart. I gotta say Nowhere in America is gonna take this match.
All right.
I
absolutely agree with you.
Incredible team. I'm a little biased, I gotta say.
And finally, Inferno versus Locusts. I mean, this is the final step before the big game day. Who's got your vote right now, Mr. Dirty Bird?
Inferno's got it.
Inferno's got it? Really?
Inferno has got this hands down. They can do it. They can beat this team that came from nothing and is just here with us right now that we are so incredibly happy that they are. But I think Inferno is going to play hard. They're going to be able to train and get ready for this day.
Well, we are super excited to watch all 3 of these matches, as I'm sure you guys are too. Make sure to catch all of them Saturday, starting 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Slips League Championship on Twitch. That's Slips League Championship, all lowercase. Be sure to catch all 3 matches. They're all going to be a wild time to start off this new season.
And if you would like to come and be a guest on the show with myself and Tenrique, make sure you submit your clips to us, and we will be featuring them and bringing you on as a guest.
With that being said, that's going to do it for us. We're super happy you got to log into this pre-show, and we're super excited to talk to you all again next week. With that being said, we hope you guys have a great rest of your night.